Section 2.4, Serfdom to Industrialization. Main idea. Both peasants and industrial workers led difficult lives, but they played important roles in Russia's history. For centuries, most Russian workers were peasants. They worked the land for wealthy landlords. The peasants were free to leave the estate as long as they paid their debts after the harvest. The beginning of serfdom. Ivan IV, also known as Ivan the Terrible, changed this system in the 1500s. He murdered many nobles and gave their lands to people who supported him. These people needed the peasants to farm their estates, so Ivan passed laws that tied the peasants to the land as serfs. Serfs had their own houses and a small plot of land to farm, but they had to pay the landlord rent. Serfs could not leave the estate without permission and had few rights. In 1861, Tsar Alexander II freed the serfs. He wanted these workers to be free to work in industry and help modernize Russia. As a result, he ended their legal ties to their landlords. Serfs could then become industrial workers for wages. Industrial Revolution in Russia. Under Peter the Great, early industries such as shipbuilding and metalworking had begun. Yet the Industrial Revolution didn't really begin in Russia until the 1890s. By 1913, it had become the fifth largest industrial nation in the world. As in other countries, however, the change from rural work to factory work was difficult. Most industrial workers and peasants were very poor. Many peasants starved because of poor harvests, and city factory workers were unhappy with their working conditions. Frequent worker strikes or work stoppages and protests gave way to political unrest. Revolutionary activist and politician V.I. Lenin led a political group called the Bolsheviks. They wanted workers to take over industry and the government. In February 1917, the Bolsheviks began the Russian Revolution and overthrew the Tsar. Lenin became leader of the new government.